Storie di sassi.
Era uma vez um menino que caminhava pela rua. Caminhou e encontrou uma pedra. O menino deu-lhe um pontapé e fez-a rolar pela relva. Quando ele a chutou, a pedra gritou: "Ai!" Então, quando passou por ela, a pedra gritou-lhe: "Por que é que me deste um pontapé?"
O menino, espantado ao ouvir aquela voz na rua, onde não havia ninguém, perguntou ao ar: Que é que parla?
Lo é sasso.
Respondeu a pedra. O menino parou, viu na relva, observou bem. Era uma pedra cinzenta, como tantas outras, nada de especial. Ele apanhou-a e sentiu que era lisa.
"Can you really speak?" he asked. "Surely you know you can speak," answered the stone. "Every stone can, but very few people listen to them." The boy found this very interesting and asked, "What do stones talk about then?" "They tell their stories," said the stone. "Oh, really?" said the boy, who was chatting with the stone for the first time. "And do you have a story to tell too?" "Nazissia."
Allez, dis-moi alors.
"It is a long story," said the stone. "The stories of us stones are the oldest in the world." "Really?" said the little boy in amazement. And while he was keeping it warm in the palm of his hand, the stone told him its story.
I was born at the top of a mountain. I was part of a huge hard rock. From up there I could hear the wind blowing, and I could see the rain and snow falling, and the sun blazing with his fiery rays. I never moved, and I saw the sky shaking clouds all the time, and the clouds moving around in it. Nothing else. Then, after a long, long time, some large flying animals arrived that don't exist anymore.
Adla! Não, bem antes das águias aparecerem, havia pássaros estranhos e enormes com dentes compridos. Eles mergulharam no topo das montanhas e gritaram.
E poi,
Then one day the sky poured down a lot of water and snow, and the snow became ice. Then the sun melted it, and there was water running everywhere, and the great rock fell, rolled down, banged my hand on other rocks, and broke into 1,000 pieces. I had become a little piece of my mother rock that did not exist anymore. I was alone at the bottom of a deep crack where water ran all the time, caressing me gently. Not always, though. Sometimes it became a big strong stream, which pushed me around, made me roll over other bits of rock, smoothing my surface more and more.
c'est vrai, tu es très douce, dit le garçon.
I was already smooth before man existed, said the stone. On the eerste man den du gezien hast, wie war er?
He was naked and very hairy. He came to the stream to drink like all the other animals. He touched us, and sometimes took some of us away. I could hear him hitting on stone against another. I could never understand why. E como sei finito qui? It's a long story of kidnapping and imprisonment,
Rapimento, reclusione.
said the boy who was growing more and more curious. One day several men came to the stream with big shovels. They lifted us up and put us on a carriage pulled by horse. They took us far away. After a long journey, we arrived in a big town where they stuck us in the ground, in a large square all lined up in narrow, uncomfortable rows. Later, more and more horse-drawn carriages arrived in the square, and their wheels were hitting our heads. This lasted for a long, long time. Et alors?
Then those men riding in the carriages with women who were wearing long, beautiful dresses did not come any more. The people who were walking on our heads changed all the time. Eventually, the carriages and the horses disappeared altogether and were replaced by vehicles without horses, with softer wheels that made a lot of noise and stank. Then one day I wondered why they dug us all out of the ground, heaped us all together and took us away. I ended up on this country road with men, women and children going by. But nobody notices me. Nobody ever stopped to talk to me. Du was der Erste. I didn't know that stones could talk, the boy said. Not only the stones, everything else can talk as well. They have wonderful stories to tell, but people never stop to listen. They are always in a hurry.
Le petit garçon ramenait cette pierre chez lui.
Then he collected many others, all of different colors, with white, black, or gray stripes. Each had a different story to tell. Some came from the fire, some from the struggling earth. Some have been born of the sun and water playing together.
From that day on, the little boy started to talk to things. A piece of wood, a sheet of paper, a Coke can, his own shoes, the stars in the sky, and even the smoke that came out of the city's chimney and floated up to the white clouds, dodging their fine white dresses. And he discovered that things to people who know how to listen to them can tell us the adventures of our world.